He spent more than 3 decades behind bars for a crime that didn't hurt anyone. And today, advocates rallied in St. Louis County, hoping to see Paige Spears walk free. Good evening. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Ann Allred. Paige Spears was sentenced to 1,000 years in prison for an armed robbery. He served more than 30 years of that sentence, but still isn't eligible for parole. Holden Kurwicki is live at the St. Louis County Courthouse to explain why Spears is still locked up. Holden.
Well, and Mike, I've visited with Paige Spears inside of that prison, and by all accounts, he is the model inmate. He's actually taken every class that the Missouri Department of Corrections offers for education and even teaches reentry to other inmates. But a legal loophole could keep him in prison until 2029 unless Governor Parson steps in. Outside of the Buzz Westfall Center in Clayton,
Free Paige Spears!
A familiar chant is once again filling the air.
Free Paige Spears!
He's my son, and he's changed his life.
Paige been in prison 36 years now.
He needs to go home.
In 1988, Spears was sentenced to life after an armed robbery of a Ferguson liquor store in which no shots were fired and no one was hurt.
When my sentence was read off and he told me I had life plus 30 years, I was blown away by that. And I really take full responsibility for the crime that I committed, but I didn't physically hurt anybody.
This was a crime that was not violent in nature. It was no one hurt. In fact, one of the victims indicated that basically she thought that the punishment was excessive.
At the time, a life sentence required 40 years in prison before being eligible for parole. But despite that law being repealed in 1994, it isn't retroactive.
Basically, he should be out of that prison.
For years, St. Louis County Prosecutor Wesley Bell has continued to reiterate that Spears has paid his debt to society, yet remains incarcerated as a result of a law since repealed. Under these circumstances, Mr. Spears should be released, but Bell adds that he doesn't have that power.
Paige doesn't belong in prison. Wesley Bell saying Paige don't belong in prison. So if he don't belong in prison, then why don't you just file the motion, give it to the judge? The judge can bring Paige back into court.
According to multiple legal experts, since Spears has already filed multiple appeals, this case may take a pardon from Governor Parson to get resolved.
Injustice anywhere is indeed injustice everywhere.
Please, we asking you, do the right thing. Free Paige Spears.
I don't care how small Paige Spears is compared to some national figure. Okay, I won't go there, okay? But he deserves the same type of service and justice as anyone else.
A spokesperson for Governor Parson's office told me today that they have received Spears' petition for a pardon, but at this point no decision has been made. It is worth noting that that petition was sent over 2 years ago. Reporting live in Clayton, Holden Kurwicki, 5 on your side.
It's